How you doing, everyone? Welcome along to this video. So just well, it depends. I don't think it's going to be a quick-ish video. It's going to be me, sort of disclaimer, rambling on a little bit. But I thought I'd make it, and I sort of also need you guys that watch the videos help if I actually miss any information in the video that could help basically people coming into sim racing, or people that want to do sim racing that have never experienced it, or not so much sim racing as such. We're not going to limit it to sort of sim titles. It can work in any game, any racing games, driving games, and really I sort of thought about making a video because I was at an absolute fantastic place yesterday that's in Lincolnshire, that's not been open long, and I obviously will leave a link in the description box below, all the links to this place, so anyone that wants to go and check it out, I would thoroughly recommend it. And it's called, Accelerate Racing in Lincolnshire. I'll put some pictures up now so you guys can have a look. Yeah, absolutely fantastic place. Really sort of warm welcoming. The guy that actually owns it, runs it, that set it up, he is on YouTube. He does a lot on Assetto Corsa, the original Assetto Corsa, not obviously Competizione. But as I said, I thought I'd make this video as a sort of guide, me talking probably from sort of my experience getting into sort of racing games, sim racing, and sort of progressing on with sort of wheel and pedals and everything else, because I was with my two sons yesterday, and like I said, we decided to go to Accelerate Racing because as much as I'd love to go out and buy two separate rigs, two separate wheelbases and pedals, I can't afford to do it. And like I said, I've wanted to, and my boys have wanted to, obviously race together, jump in on the same track, and just tear it up basically, or try and tear it up. So we thought we'd go over there, and it, like I said, just such a great venue to do this, with the amount of rigs they've got, and they're all linked, so we could sort of pick the track, pick the car we wanted to go in. And it was great because my boys aren't experienced sim racers like myself. As I said, they haven't got rigs, so it was just sort of them starting out. So again, that's why I thought I'd make this video for people that are starting out. What sort of, from my perspective, I do. Obviously, guys that watch the video, that want to give their input as well, it is very much welcome. Leave a comment in the comment section below if I've missed anything. What you guys would sort of, or say when you guys started out, what did you, or how did you sort of get into it? How did you sort of start to, say, get quicker, get used to the car, get used to the gears? Because I'm talking, I mean, my boys, and it was funny, I'm sort of thinking back from yesterday, where one of my sons was like, is it manual gears or is it automatic kind of thing? And it's like, okay, I didn't think of it like that. I'm just too used to jumping in the rig and driving because it's like second nature to me. But for people that have sort of maybe never done it, never been on a wheel and pedals, it's quite daunting. So as I said, I'm just going to try and go through and try and explain where, or what I would do starting out, how I would get used to it, and everything else. Obviously, if you've got, I mean, if you're not near Lincoln, which is unfortunate, if you've got a sort of similar place that have got rigs set up, maybe go and try it out before you sort of commit, because it is a big commitment with racing equipment, if you sort of do it correctly. So like I said, it's not cheap, and you could sort of fall foul to buying the equipment and then you not like it, or you get a little bit sort of annoyed because you can't sort of pick it up straight away kind of thing, because that happens. It happened to me going from controller to wheel and pedals, I just found it so difficult because I'd never been on a wheel and pedals before on a racing title. So, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a video just for me to sort of ramble on what I would do sort of starting out, if you sort of want to dabble in it. I won't say sort of get serious in it, because as I said, it's not for everyone. Some people can pick it up quicker than others, obviously. But yeah, so we'll get into it. Right, so right at the start, you want to, we'll say, dabble in sim racing. You want to sort of, yeah, experience it. So as I said, straight out of the box, I would say just try and find a location that have got rigs set up like Accelerate Racing. If you're in the Lincolnshire area or sort of quite close, I mean, I'm 40 minutes from it, so it's handy for me. Maybe go down and book a session, jump in, and like I said, see if you like it. That's the main thing. If you do, which at the end of the day, if you're into cars and everything else, I think you will do, then obviously, yeah, look at getting the equipment in at your home and starting out. So what I would do is, say you've liked it, you've got the equipment, and you're starting out. Now, it's not all going to come together straight away, I wouldn't have thought, if it's the first time you've been on wheel and pedals. So obviously you've got to get used to so much. There's so much. But in the titles, obviously depending on what you play, but most titles are the same, whether it be a sort of sim racing title or more of an arcadey racing title. You're going to have your traction control, your sort of ABS, your stability control. I would suggest cranking these up, just to get used to the driving, pretty much the physics of the cars you're driving, the tracks. If you're not used to the tracks, then you're sort of opening up a whole can of worms, because then you've got racing lines, which are such a brilliant feature in most titles, which I would again suggest to put on, because you've got to go in, you've got to, there's so much, it's all sort of going to be alien to you. It's I mean, it's not like, well, I suppose it is in a way like jumping in a road car, but it is different because you're not on a track on the road. You're not taking the racing lines on the road, which really you shouldn't do anyway, because then you're going to be cutting over the white line and going on the other side of the road, which I am definitely not promoting. So yeah, jump in. As I said, I would, if you're really new to it, I would go auto gears, crank up the ABS, crank up the traction control, go in a slower vehicle. Don't go straight into, say, the quickest vehicle. Say if it's on a sort of GT7 or a Forza Motorsport, as much as it's tempting to do, going in the quickest car, you need to go in a slower vehicle, because, like I said, one, you've got to get used to the way the car handles and drives. Two, you've got to get used to the gears. I mean, whether you're automatic or manual, obviously automatic is going to be easier to start out. I think going automatic, then you can sort of get used to the way the car handles without worrying about the gears. You've got to get used to the racing line, obviously taking the corners correctly. You've also got to get used to how fast you can go into a corner, how fast out, how sort of, slow in, fast out, where your braking zones are. There is so much, and it's just going to come at you so quick. So, as I said, my sort of biggies, and looking back from yesterday with my sons, it was, obviously they went manual gears, which I was quite surprised they got used to them quite quickly. Yes, it's easy when it's paddle shift. I think if you had a shifter and you had a clutch pedal, it's going to make it a lot more difficult. So they did get used to it quite quickly. Then they can start concentrating on, track position and everything else. Also, you've got the view, which is another thing thrown in there. You've got to get used to the view. It's down to personal preference. Obviously, the titles that you can change, like field of view, which is basically pulling the sort of scenery closer towards you, or zooming it out. As I said, get used to a view, or tailor the view that you're comfortable with. Because as I said, the bottom line is you don't want to be distracted, I think, is the main thing, by anything else other than the driving aspect of it. So jump in, dial in all your views, and stuff like that. Even down to, if you're in a rig, making sure you're comfortable in that rig as well, making sure you can drive for, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 minute periods without sort of stretching your arms out or your legs, or you're too far away from the pedals, you're too far away from the wheels. Simple things like that will play on your mind. You need to be comfortable. So okay, you've done all that. You've jumped in, you've picked your track, you've picked your car. Hopefully it's a car that is quite slow, and it's a track that isn't too demanding. So you don't want to go straight into the Nordschleife, stuff like that. So yeah, start off, like I said, manual or automatic gears, it's down to you. Say you've got, I know, automatic gears, let's just throw away the manual for now. So you're just trundling along round the track. I would suggest go out, first lap, don't gun it, just go easy. Find your, if you've never been on a track, find, obviously, see where the corners are coming up, what the corners are, left or right, a chicane. Then, yeah, familiarise yourself with the track. Then start to maybe accelerate a little bit more, start to speed up. Obviously, you've got to find your braking zones. That's a big part as well. This is why I said about going on an easier track, maybe a track that's got less corners, because it's less for you to remember, because it's all about as well remembering where you broke from your previous lap. If you broke too early, that you've slowed right down, you've slowed too far down basically, and you've had to sort of accelerate a little bit more then to get round the corner, or get to the corner. If you've broke too late, that you've overshot the corner by a lot, you then have to say in your mind, right, I need to accelerate, or need to brake, sorry, further back or a little bit further forward. So then, as I said, with a track that's got less corners, it's a less daunting thing that you've got to remember. You can then concentrate on other aspects, the car control and stuff like that. But that will come, and obviously car control is going to be a big one, but that's only when you're going to start to push the car. You'll starting carrying more speed on the straights, more speed into the corners. As I said, it will come. It's not, don't feel deflated, don't feel defeated if you go out and after 2 or 3 laps you're still binning it off, you're still running wide, you're getting a dirty lap. I mean, my boys did it yesterday. Probably won't thank me for telling everyone that they were quite, I won't say shocking, because everyone has to start at a point, but yeah, I think we done Brands Hatch Indy to start with, and I don't think any of them done a clean lap, and I think we were on it for sort of 20 minutes. So as I said, do not feel that you've failed, do not, because as I said, we all started here, I mean, no one can jump in, I don't think. Obviously I might be corrected, and they've never raced on a wheel and pedals, they've never raced say a sim title or a racing game, and they jump straight in and just absolutely fly around the track and start putting clean lap after clean lap after clean lap, consistent lap after consistent lap. So as I said, that's the worst thing. Don't feel deflated, just chalk it up as, yeah, okay, it's an experience, we'll get better, we'll learn from the mistakes that we've done, and then yeah, we'll get better, and yeah, fly around the track. Then from that, then you've got to look at the sort of consistency, the speed side, trying to get them quicker laps. And I think with the way it is with lap times, obviously I would, again, sort of scooting back, go sort of a practice mode, a hot lap, something like that, not race against other drivers, whether it be AI or real world, because you need to, like I said, get your track experience up. Why? Obviously the ACC that I play a lot is good. They have the track medal system, quickly going into that you have to put in 4 clean laps to get 3 track medals back to back. So I think that's such a good idea for the newer racer, the newer driver that hasn't, like I said, dabbled in this. But yeah, as I said, you need to go on. Don't feel that it's like you're what could you say, a baby or something like that, because like I said, you've got to have racing line on, you've got to have TC on, you've got to have ABS on, all the aids. At the end of the day, they're there for a reason. They're there to get you used to everything, the whole just driving, because there's so much you have to do. And the thing is as well, this is why I say going in a slower car. You go in a quick car, everything's coming at you quicker. So your reactions, your responses, your brain inputs, your whole everything has to be then quicker. So if you haven't grasped it in a slower car, you're absolutely screwed basically in a quicker car. So as I said, that's it. Do not feel untoward because you're running every available aid in the game. That's what it's there for at the end of the day. And like I said, you will get quicker. As I said, if I've sort of missed anything, or say, this is sort of from my experience of what I did, and obviously seeing my two boys race yesterday, and as I said, after we were on for an hour, after an hour, or say after even sort of 30-40 minutes, they started to pick it up. We did change tracks. We went from Brands Hatch Indy to Donington, and then from Donington we actually picked the Le Mans circuit, the full circuit with the chicanes down the Mulsanne Straight, and I was happy and shocked, to be fair, at the same time, that they really did start to pick it up. Donington, they both did clean laps, which Donington sometimes can be a difficult track. We did run in the touring car, I think it was the Cupra, on a Assetto Corsa, which is a nice car. It's not too slow, but it's not stupidly quick. So it maybe took them a little bit longer to get used to it, but once they were used to it, it was spot on. So as I said, it's there. I think putting time in, the big part of it is enjoy it as well. As I said, don't feel untoward. We all started there. Once you get used to it, once you start to progress and you'll see your progression, you will be hooked. I guarantee you will be hooked, because there's so many different titles out there that you can race in with a wheel and pedals as well. It's just that the world's your oyster, so to speak. So, but like I said, I thought I'd make this video just for the people actually starting at the start of their sim journey, or their racing journey with, like I said, wheel and pedals, if you've never done it before. And yeah, just get out there and just progress. I've obviously made videos on ACC, I mean, about the first sort of 10 things, I think it was, and stuff like that. Maybe go and check that out once you're sort of more experienced, if you're looking to jump onto Assetto Corsa Competizione, and yeah, then go from there. But like I said, this was sort of a video because I saw my boys and they were literally starting from zero. That one of my sons had drove in my rig before, but this was a few years ago, and okay, he didn't do too bad, but like I said, all the assists were on and everything else. I think it was in project cars too, but like I said, my other son had never done it. That's the thing, and he did, like I said, pick it up quite quickly. But as I said, you need to just use all the assists that are there to aid you. That's what they're there for, and then get quicker, and then start to turn them off once you feel that you're progressing and you've got a little bit more car control. I think would be the best thing to describe it. Then start to sort of back off maybe the TC. Don't get rid of it completely. Most cars do run TC anyway, so it's, especially with ACC, it's what they run. I know that the sort of esports aliens are running sort of laps with no TC because it is the quickest way, but I can't run with no TC. I mean, the worst thing you want to do is jump into the rig, jump into a car for the first time, put your foot to the floor, and you just completely do donuts. You completely rotate the car around because it's got no TC, and you haven't learned how to sort of feather the throttle, feather the brake, and all that, all them inputs. So, but yeah, as I said, please, anyone in the description box below, if I've missed anything or any advice or pointers, please leave a a comment of say where you started, what you found useful, what you did right at the start to get used to the game, get used to your rig and pedals, or the wheel and pedals, get used to the whole driving aspect, the sort of racing aspect. Because that's, like I said, that's why in essence I wanted to make this video for people that are just getting into sim racing. I mean, it's not about me making a video that of pointing out where to brake, pointing out accelerating and everything else. This is right at the start, at sort of, as I said, at zero. That you've never jumped into a rig with wheel and pedals. You've never raced, say, a sim title. You've never. It's that. It's just to get you in. And as I said, I'm always here, as many others are on YouTube. There's enough sim racing YouTubers that are here that would definitely give people advice if you need it. And yeah, like I said, go out there and just have fun. have fun with it, because I mean, my sim racing journey started a few years ago, and I'm still enjoying it. I really am. And especially with the say newer titles that are coming out. I mean, you've just had the Nordschleife be released on Assetto Corsa Competizione. You've got Assetto Corsa Evo coming out, I think sometime this year, which could be absolutely fantastic. I mean, Assetto Corsa, they've done so much with it, with Content Manager and all the third-party mods and everything else. If Kunos take any inspiration from that, I think Assetto Corsa Evo is just going to be, yeah, unbelievable. So, but like I said, just well, it wasn't a quick video, it's sort of just clicked over 20 minutes now of me rambling on. But let me know below if you found it informative as well. Let me know if it's helped in any way. As I said, go and check out Accelerate Racing if you are in the Lincolnshire area. I can't big up them enough, and I will definitely be going more and more. I mean, I am now a member with my boys as well. Maybe doing some league nights with them as well, which would be, yeah, really, really good. Obviously, unfortunately, I probably won't be able to stream them. But yeah, as I said, it's really, really good. And as I said, if you're not in the Lincolnshire area, you're sort of more up country or down country, and I mean, try and see if there's anywhere that has got one, because it's well worth just going in and experience it before, say, you outlay for your sim gear and everything else, just in case you don't get on with it, because it's not for everyone at the end of the day. So we're all into sort of different things. But yeah, I'll stop waffling on. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Like I said, definitely leave a comment if I've missed anything out, to help the sort of new guys jumping into this world, this racing world. And yeah, as always, I'll catch you on the next one.